Hello, Area E and partner agencies. This is Dan Rasmussen, Battalion Chief, Downey Fire Department. I want to share with you our Downey Fire Communications Center operational dashboard that we'll be launching on May 1st. If you have any questions regarding this, feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to go through an individualized tutorial. This is just a quick video on how to use the Google Drive and access the operational dashboard. So up here, you'll sign into your Google account. You can do so on your phone, download the app, or run it off of a web-based system, a desktop computer or laptop. You want to go in with shared with me and launch your operational dashboard. You can see it down here. You can also click the link that is in the email or scan the QR code that's in the email attached with this video. So when you click the dashboard, it'll pop up. What this landing page does, it gives you an operational overview of all of our Area E resources, as well as our RTF resources, QR code that if you want to share it with anybody else, and you can see real-time status of everybody's availability within the operational area. If you're using a desktop, you can use these hot links. If you hover over it, it'll jump you right to the Downey roster in this example. And down here along the bottom of the page, you can see our operational overview. If you follow along with down here, we'll be in the strike team roster. This will be the RTF roster. We have an overhead roster, REMS roster, USAR local response, hazmat response, and arson task force roster. So each one of these rosters are going to be populated by what I mentioned earlier, which is the agency roster. Those agency rosters auto-populate all of these rosters and ultimately this operational overview. So in this case, I'm going to use the Downey roster. I'm going to hover over that, click the hot link to the Downey roster. It'll populate our page. And the first thing I'm going to do is change the date to today's day. Today's the 27th. So on the 27th, I am now updating the roster. 6.1 has aerial capability. 6.6.1 is available for air and light. And these auto-populate these drop-down menus based on the agency verifying its qualifications. In this case, Downey has Sten, myself. For Sten T, we have Pete Brown and Ivan Orloff. So highlight Pete Brown. Our engine bosses are auto-populated based on qualifications. In this case, we'll have Ivan Orloff on the first out, and the second out we'll have Tacho Rios. And our availability is available. We can change that to UTF or available. And we can also change what apparatus we're going to be putting on the strike team based on Area E resources. So in this case, we're going to go with engine 61. So all of this information here then auto-populates across the board. So I'll take you for a quick overview back to, this is the roster. You can see today's date and time is auto-populated. It shows that on the 27th here, Downey updated their roster. We made ourselves available. We also have all the other aerial capabilities, incident support units, Type 1 heavies, our RTF roster, as well as the strike team agency rotation. In the strike team rosters, I auto-populated Downey's first out with Ivan Orloff. Down here, you'll see his second out has been Rios. And you'll see we're available on engine 61. As far as our RTF roster, these are also auto-populated out of those agency rosters. And the agency rosters, if you get time, I can go ahead and dial you guys in. For example, in our Downey roster, these drop-down menus are being populated along the bottom here in the Downey personnel qualifications. So our training coordinator for Downey has gone through and verified all these certs and qualifications. So using these certs and qualifications, we've created data lists that then become these drop-down menus for your roster so that you know that you're putting qualified folks into the seats for deployment on USAR or wildland incidents. You can see here, these auto-populate the Downey overhead rosters, our USAR roster, all the way down to this, our RTF2 responsibilities as Downey, again, auto-populated based on who our task force leaders here. Again, we have Pete Brown, and we can do an alternate of myself. And then also we can staff our arson roster. So any name that you put on your roster will again auto-populate across the bottom of the rosters, beginning with task force. You can see Compton's put in their availability for their people, hazmat roster, and all the way back to the operational overview. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. My information is here at the bottom of this quick video. Cell phone number 626-644-6798 or daniel.rasmussen@downeyfire.org. I'm happy to go over this one-on-one. Scan the QR code. Hope that helps, and feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Thanks, everyone.